I've tried over the years to take songs like this from a wide variety of settings like Beatles, Elton John, Prince, Broadway, and make them sound as if they could have been standards in the jazz repertoire. I'm Paul Silbergleit, jazz guitarist and composer, and my new album on Blue Jazz Records is The Hidden Standard. Up until now, my recordings have focused heavily on my original music, but this time it's all about arrangements, those being mostly jazz versions of songs that you are otherwise unlikely to hear in a jazz setting. The core personnel here are what was for a long time the exact lineup of a band called We Six, for which all these charts were originally written. I was fortunately able to get us all into the studio to document this music as played by this particular crew. Jacobson plays with all the power and boldness you could want from the trumpet in this situation, but he can bring it down to a whisper if that's what's right for the moment. In terms of soloing, saxophonist Schoor is really the star of this session. He's usually a tenor player, but one of these songs was specifically arranged as a soprano sax feature, and indeed we captured a beautiful slice of his soprano work on that track. He also contributed a very hip arrangement to this album, the only one on here not written by me. These horn players, who I like to call collectively the Erics, they blend with each other so well, and one of my favorite things to do as a guitarist is just to blend with them as if I were a third horn in the front line of the band. Mark Davis is such a sophisticated pianist, and all his solos and accompaniment work throughout this album are just brilliant. He's actually the leader of We Six, with which most of us are still involved. He's also a key figure in jazz education and the founder of the Milwaukee Jazz Institute. Jeff Hamann on bass. He is our total rock at the center of the rhythm section. He gives a super solid underpinning to whatever groove we're playing and also knows just when to break it up to create some space. Dave Bayles. Besides his deep groove, he totally directs the ebb and flow of each song from behind the drum set. We were thrilled to have some good friends join us in the studio as guest percussionists, those being Bony Benavides on congas and bongos, Amy Pennington on the bodhrán, and Robert Figueroa on the cajón. They each added such a special touch, and together they really broadened the palette of the whole session. Here and there throughout these arrangements, I needed either trumpet or sax to take a stretch of the melody alone, and it had to be interpreted in just the right way to work in the new style. I never needed to say anything about it to these guys or hum it the way it should go. Either of them just naturally understood how it needed to be and sang it out that way through their instrument. After what turned into years of effort, I'm so happy to finally have these reimagined songs as well as the sound of all these cats playing together in a form that I can share with the world.